All right, so good morning, attendees. Let's greet each other. Good morning. Kindly unmute yourself, and for those who can't unmute, uh, greet others in the chat box.
Good
Okay.
morning po.
So,
Good morning.
before proceed, let's have first our opening prayer to be led by your prayer leader.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Dear Heavenly Father, I come to you.
Okay.
Dear Heavenly Father, I come to you today seeking your guidance and protection. I ask that you would give me the strength to be patient and the courage to be humble during this class. Help me to always put others before myself and show me how I can help them without being asked. Please give me the wisdom to speak only words that will build up and encourage others so that they may know your truth and live in your love. And please give me your spirit of love that is tender, forgiving, gentle, and kind. In Jesus' name, amen. Saint Hannibal Maria de
Amen.
Francia, pray for us.
Pray
Our
for
Lady of
you.
Francisco, pray for us.
Pray for you. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay, so for today, our lesson, Secretary, kindly check the attendance before and after this lesson. Okay, so we are going to have a lesson about mutually exclusive events. So our objectives for today is we are going to define what is mutually exclusive events, illustrate the mutually exclusive event, and find its probability. And we are also going to have a solving problem that involves the mutually and non-mutually exclusive event. Okay, but before that, let's watch this video. Make sure that you're going to understand and clear the audio and hear the audio clearly. Okay? I'm going to ask questions after this video.
Sir, there's no audio po.
Okay.
Stop. You can't roll again. You didn't get doubles. No, you didn't. You're about to lose. You're stalling. Dear Tim and Moby, what's a probability? From Margaret. A probability is just the chance that some event will happen. Well, like the chance that I'll roll a 6. Huh. Anyway, to find the probability of rolling a 6, we need to compare the number of ways to roll a 6 with the number of possible outcomes from rolling a die. There's only one 6 on this die, so the number of ways to roll a 6 is 1. The die has 6 sides, so there are 6 possible outcomes each time you roll. So the probability of rolling a 6 is 1 in 6. That's one way to express a probability, the number of ways a result can happen over the number of possible results. Rolling 2 6s? That's a different story. Let's make a table to figure it out. The 6 numbers across the top are the faces of die 1, and the 6 numbers down are the faces of die 2. To find out all the possible combinations that you could roll with a pair of dice, we just fill in the table. This isn't the most practical way to go about figuring out probabilities, though. So we can multiply the number of possible outcomes of rolling the first die by the number of possible outcomes of rolling the second die. That's 6 times 6, or 36 possible combinations. Only one of those combinations is a double 6. So the probability of rolling 2 6s is 1 out of 36. 3 6s? Okay, now you're really stalling. Let's get back to the game. Hurry up and roll the dice. You need to get 2 6s, or I win. I'll have to check the rules, but I'm pretty sure that's cheating.
Okay, so based on the video, what is probability or how the probability was defined according to the video that you watched? Anyone? Yes, or say you.
Sir, probability is a chance of something's gonna happen.
Okay, very good, thank you. So sinabi doon sa video that when we say probability, it shows the chances that some things may happen or may not happen. Okay. Then second one, if you roll a die, what is the probability of getting 3 according to the video? Yes, Siljan.
1/6, sir.
Did we have 1/6? So saan doon ang galing si 1? The number of? Okay, so according to video, we get the probability of an event by the ratio of the number of favorable outcomes over the total number of outcomes. Okay, so when I roll a die daw, ano daw yung probability na 3 yung makukuha ko? Okay, so in this die, we only have 1, 3. Tama? So that is the number of favorable outcomes. There is only 1, 3 on this die. So meaning there's only one favorable outcome. Next, the total number of outcomes. How many faces I have here in a die? We have
6 po.
6. Nakuha. So that is how we get the probability of an event. Next, number 3. If you rolled a pair of dice, what is the probability of getting 2 sixes? Anyone? Yes, Jean.
2/12.
2/12 ba? According to video, paano daw kinuha yung probability of getting 2 sixes? Yes, Shella.
1/36.
Okay, 1/36. So, saan doon ang galing si 36 doon? Kung meron daw tayong dalawang dice and when I rolled a pair of dice, what is the probability of getting 2 sixes? Saan ang galing si 36? Okay, Gian.
39 yung 6 sides ng isang dice sa isa pang dice na 6 sides.
Very good. So, kung babalikan natin yung video, sinabi doon na kinuha yung combination ng dalawang die. Kaya nagkaroon tayo ng 36. One die has 6 faces and the other die has 6 faces. So, getting the combination, we get 36. Kuha. Then, for number 4 and 5, we can answer that after the discussion about the mutually exclusive event. Kuha, babalikan natin siya later. So, let's unlock some terminologies that we are going to encounter on this lesson. First is the experiment. When we say experiment, it is any happenings that has uncertain result. The best example is when I roll a die, yung pag-roll ko ng die, that is an example of an experiment. Another one is when we have here the deck of cards and I'm going to select a card in a standard deck of cards. That is also an example of experiment. Nakuha? Next one, outcomes. When we say outcomes, this is the possible results of the experiment. Ano ba yung mga makukuha ko when I roll a die? So, those results is what we call the outcomes. Did you get it? Next one, sample space. The sample space is the set of all possible outcomes of the experiment. So, sabi dyan, this is the set. So, therefore, if we're going to have the sample space when we roll a die, and we're going to list all the possible outcomes of rolling a die, ano ba yung mga outcomes na makukuha natin when we roll a die? We have one. Yes, Jariat.
Sir, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 po.
Very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this is how we list down the sample space or the set of all possible outcomes of the experiment. Okay. Next one, the event. When we say event, it is any subset of a sample space. So like for example, when I roll a die, what is the probability of getting a 3? Yung getting a 3, that is what we call an event. Because kung ito yung sample space, yung probability of getting a 3 is part siya ng ating sample space. So meaning, the event is a subset of a sample space. Diba? Okay, next one, let's have this finding a sample space. So we are going to find the sample space of the following. Letter A, one coin is being tossed. Okay, so if you have one coin and it is being tossed, what are the sample space or what are the possible outcomes? Yes, Diana.
Sir, the coin will either land on heads or tails.
Very good. So if we have one coin, the possible outcome or possible result will be one heads up and the second one will be tails up. Nakuha? Next one, letter B. What if you have two coins? That was okay. What are the sample space when you have two coins being tossed? Okay, anyone? What are the possible result or outcomes when we have two coins and it is being tossed? Yes, Siljan. Yes, Siljan.
Two heads or two tails or one head, one tail.
Okay, so we have two heads up, one heads up and one tails up, and one tails up and one heads up, and we have two tails up. In this probability or in this sample space, the heads up and tails up is different from tails up and heads up. Because if you have two coins, yung first coin will be heads up, the second coin will be tails up. Then when you try another experiment, one tails up and the second coin will be one heads up. Nakuha? Okay. Last one. And what if we have three coins that are tossed? Okay, what are the samples? Okay, who can give me one, at least one? Yes, Arceo.
Sir, three heads po.
Okay, three heads. Yes, Diana.
Sir, three tails.
Three tails. Gian.
One head and two tails.
One head and two tails. Ano pa? Makam.
Two heads and one tail po.
Two heads and one tail. There's more. Any other hands aside from those who are told? Give me one blessing.
Um, heads,
There's a problem
tails.
of blessing. Anyone? All right, Janelle.
Head, tails, then head po ulit.
Head, tails, and head. There's more. We have more sample space. Yes, Diana.
Sir, one tail, two heads.
One tail and two heads. Okay, last two. Yes, Gian.
Two tails up and one head.
Okay, two tails up and one head up. Last one. Last one. Diana.
Sir, one tails up and heads, tas tails again.
Very good. So, those are the sample space when we have three coin arcos. Nakuha ba yan? So, that is how we illustrate the sample space of an event or of an experiment. Okay. Now let's proceed with the mutually exclusive events. Let's show the difference between the two. What are the difference between the mutually exclusive and non-mutually exclusive events? First, the mutually exclusive event. So who can read the definition for mutually exclusive events? May I call on SASPA?
Two events A and B are mutually exclusive if the occurrence of A precludes the occurrence of B and vice versa. The joint probability of A and B in this case is 0.
Okay. So when we say mutually exclusive events, sinasabi lang dyan, the two events cannot occur at the same time. Okay, so meaning if we have event A and event B, they cannot happen at the same time or they have the zero intersection. Kung baga kung i-illustrate natin sila sa Venn diagram natin, this event A and this is the event B. So in two events, there is no intersection when it comes to mutually exclusive events. How about the non-mutually exclusive? Okay, can you please read, Lee?
If A and B are capable of occurring simultaneously in a single trial, then they are said to be non-mutually exclusive.
Okay, thank you. So when we say non-mutually exclusive events, they can happen at the same time, or meaning if we have an event A and event B, they have an intersection, okay, or they can meet at the same time. Okay. So for us to understand more about the difference between the mutually exclusive and non-mutually exclusive, let's illustrate. Okay, let's assume that we are in a large political gathering and you are asked to select a person randomly. Okay? Dun sa political gathering na yun, merong liberal, party, nationalist, and independent. Okay? So, if you are asked to find what is the probability of selecting a person who is liberal and a male, okay, that is an example of a non-mutually exclusive event. Because a liberal person can be a male. Nakuha? Next, sa non-exclusive naman, what if, same situation pa din. What if you are asked to find the probability of selecting a person who is liberal or nationalista? That is an example of mutually exclusive events. Because a liberal cannot be a nationalista. Nakuha? Another example, what if I collected all your phones? Pwede nilapag ko dito sa table. Okay? Then I'm going to select a phone. Okay. So what is the probability of selecting a phone, an iPhone, or an Android? Okay. That is an example of mutually exclusive events because an iPhone cannot be an Android. Nakuha? Another one, what if you are asked to find the probability of selecting a phone who is Android or an Oppo? Okay. That is an example of non-mutually exclusive events because an Oppo can be an Android phone. Nakuha ba yun? Okay, so if naintindihan yung difference between the mutually and non-mutually exclusive events, let's identify the given situation, whether it shows a mutually or non-mutually exclusive events. Okay, so you're going to use a heart reaction if it is mutually exclusive event. Okay, then thumbs up if it is non-mutually exclusive event. Again, heart reaction for mutually exclusive, like for non-mutually exclusive events. Nakuha? So, letter A, randomly selecting a male student and randomly selecting a student who is a senior. Is it mutually exclusive or non-mutually exclusive event? Okay, so I'm seeing all of you react like. So your answer is non-mutually exclusive event for letter A. So let's check. Okay, that is correct. Now, who can give me an explanation why letter A is not mutually exclusive event? How come that letter A becomes not mutually exclusive event? Yes, Jean.
Ma'am, sir, because the student who is senior can be a male student also.
Okay, exactly. Nakuha. So, student who is a senior can be a male student. That is why it is a not mutually exclusive event. Okay? So, meaning kapag not mutually exclusive event, nasa-satisfy niya yung event A or yung first event mo and your second event. Okay? Next one, letter B. Randomly selecting a person with type P blood and randomly selecting a person with type O blood. Is it mutually or not mutually exclusive event? Okay, use reaction. Heart reaction for mutually exclusive and like reaction for not mutually exclusive event. Okay, so very good. So letter B is not mutually, it's mutually exclusive event because a type O blood cannot be a type B blood. Letter C, rolling a die and getting an even number. Rolling a die and getting a number less than 4. Is it mutually exclusive or not mutually exclusive event? Okay, use a reaction. So thumbs up for mutually exclusive and like for not mutually exclusive event. Okay, so this letter C, wait lang, ano yung ano natin? Like for not mutually and heart for mutually exclusive. So letter C is not mutually exclusive event. So list down natin yung mga sample space for first event. Rolling a die and getting an even number. Ano ba yung mga even number when we roll a die? We have 2, 4, and 6. Nakuha. Then rolling a die and getting a number less than 4. So ano ba yung mga, kapag nag-roll ka ng die, ano ba yung mga number na mas mababa sa 4? We have 1, 2, and 3. Kung makikita natin, they have the same, meron siya sa event A and meron siya sa event B, which is yung 2. Nakuha? So meaning if there is an intersection, that is not mutually exclusive event. Nakuha? Next for letter D, randomly selecting a person who is under 25 years of age and randomly selecting a person who is over 40 years old of age. Okay, again, if the reaction, heart reaction for mutually exclusive and like reaction for non-mutually exclusive. Okay, so there are 2 thumbs up and there are 5 or 7 who give their reaction heart. Okay, so this one is an example of mutually exclusive event because a person who is under 25 years of age cannot be a person who is 40 years old of age. Okay, so for those who react, like reactions, so please take note the difference between the not mutually and mutually exclusive event. Okay, let's proceed with the standard deck of cards naman. So, kilalanin muna natin ano ba yung mga parts ng mga deck of cards. So, dito sa standard deck of cards, we have total number of 52 cards. Okay? We have total number of 52 cards. And we have a face card, which are the Jack, Queen, and King. So, those are the face card kung tawagin natin. And sa bawat card natin, meron yung tiga-4. Okay? And sa 4 na yun, they have different shapes. So, meron tayong the club, the spade, the heart, and the diamond. Okay. And in a 52 cards, it was divided into 2 colors. The half is black color and the other half is red color. So, meaning the number of black color is 26. And the number of red colors is also 26. Now, how many cards are the numbered cards? So, ilang cards yung meron number? We have 36. Okay, we have 36 from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Those are what we call the numbered cards. Ang tawag naman natin dito sa capital letter A na cards is yung 8th card. Yung total number ng 8th card natin is we have 4. Okay, so I hope naintindihan yung iba't ibang parts ng standard deck of cards natin. Okay, so there are questions related to it. So let's identify whether the given situation is a mutually or non-mutually exclusive event. Okay, ganun pa din. It is related to selecting a card or selecting in a deck of cards. For letter A, getting a queen and getting a heart. Is it mutually or non-mutually exclusive event? Okay, ganun pa din. Heart reaction for mutually exclusive and like reaction for non-mutually exclusive event. Okay. Huwag niyo muna alisin yung heart reaction hanggat di pa tapos. Okay, kapag bumaba, balik niyo. Okay, so there is one who says that this is mutually exclusive. Okay, let's check your answer. So for letter A, this is not mutually exclusive event because a queen card can be a heart card. Di ba meron tayong nakita kanina na ang fifth card niya is queen, then meron siyang heart. So meaning there is an intersection. Next letter B, getting a 5 and getting a queen. Mutually or non-mutually exclusive event? Alright, so dumarami yung mga nagre-react. So I think everyone got the correct answer. So for letter B, that is mutually exclusive event. Nakuha because 5 cannot be a queen. Next for letter C, getting a face card and getting a diamond. Mutually or not mutually exclusive event? Alright, so that is not mutually exclusive event. And last one, getting a face card and getting a 4. Mutually or not mutually exclusive event? Okay, very good. That is mutually exclusive event. So we have here the computation for the applying the concept of a mutually exclusive event. Okay. So for non-mutually exclusive events, the formula is probability of A union of B is equal to probability of A plus probability of B minus the intersection of two events. And for mutually exclusive events, the formula is probability of A union of B is equal to probability of A plus probability of B. So for non-mutually exclusive events, we have to subtract the intersection of the two events. And for mutually, pinag-add lang natin yung dalawang probability ng dalawang events natin. Okay. So let's have an example. Can you please read? Sino ba? Brito. Excuse me, Brito. Okay, Michael, Makan.
Our city has 9 coffee shops, 3 Star Cafe, 2 Cafe Tayo, and 4 Cafe Tribu. If a person selects one shop at random to buy a cup of coffee, find the probability that is either Star Cafe or Cafe Tribu.
Okay, thank you. Now, in solving or analyzing the problem that involves mutually exclusive events, identify muna natin kung mutually or non-mutually exclusive ba siya. Okay, based on the problem, is it mutually or non-mutually exclusive event? Anyone? We can find the probability that it's either Star Cafe or Cafe Tribu. Is it mutually or non-mutually exclusive event? Anyone? Gian.
Sir, non-mutually.
Mm-hmm. Cafe Tribu can be a Star Cafe.
Oh, mutually. Sir,
Okay, this is a mutually exclusive event because a cafe tribu cannot be a star cafe. So, ang formula natin for mutually exclusive event is the probability of A union of B is equal to probability of A plus probability of B. So, ang event A natin dyan would be the star cafe. And for the event B, that is for cafe tribu. Okay? So, ilang star cafe ba meron tayo dyan? We have,
3 po.
okay, we have 3 out of
9.
9 plus the second event, ilang cafe tribu ang meron tayo dyan?
4
4.
po.
Okay, so we have 4 over 9. So, adding the similar fraction, you just going to copy the denominator and add the numerator. 3 plus 4, we have 7. So, our final answer is 7 over 9. So, the probability of choosing a star cafe or cafe tribu is 7 over 9 or 0.778. Nakuha? So, meaning there is a chances of kapag kinonvert natin into percentage, 77.8%. That is the probability of choosing a star cafe or cafe tribu. Tandaan, the probability can be written as a fraction, as a decimal, and as a percentage. Okay, so with that, the next example will be continued on our next synchronous classes. So let's have a closing prayer. Closing prayer to be led by your prayer leader pa din.